crisis at our southern border increasing every day as an unprecedented amount of unaccompanied minors are in U.S. care. Now the burden could fall on families as California foster parents say they were asked to take in 1 to 26 migrant children. Joining me to discuss that shocking request, foster parents Travis and Sharla Kall. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. How are you? Thank you for having us on.
Well, I should be thanking you for being foster parents. You both obviously have such big hearts. So, Travis, I'll start with you. What was it like receiving this email that said asking you to take up to 26 children?
I was pretty concerned, actually. Sharla is the one who got the initial call, and she alerted me later about that. Do you want to?
Yeah, so I got the call, so if it's okay, I'll go ahead and answer. I got the call. I didn't answer the call because it was some number from Sacramento, so I didn't know it. And I checked the voicemail, and sure enough, it said, this is an emergency call from the Community Care Licensing Department wanting to know how many beds you have available. So at first, I kind of dismissed it, thinking, well, we already have placements, so why do I need to respond? But then I decided to reach out to my worker at my agency and ask her, should this be something, since they said emergency, what emergency is this that we don't know about? And she said, well, a lot of the families are calling. They all received this as well. We're not sure what it is, and we're waiting to hear back from our supervisor. She's also, and then she said a lot of people received this email as well. So I checked my email, and sure enough, I had it, and that's where it gave the breakdown of, if you have this amount of beds available, click on this link, this amount of beds available, click on this link. And so I'm looking at these numbers, they're in groups of 10, larger numbers, and I'm like, something's not adding up. This doesn't exactly make sense, because normally the maximum amount of children they would put in a foster home is 6. That's the ideal. They don't like to go above that. So I decided I'm going to call my friend. Go ahead.
So you usually, like, the max number is 6. So you didn't even know at the time that they were talking about illegal immigrants coming in to foster care. Yeah. And Travis, I'll ask you. I hear that there is a bit of a foster crisis because there are already more kids in California that were born in America that need foster care. So to add a whole group of kids from another country exacerbates that problem even more.
Yeah, I think the stats are right now that there's 30,000 children in Los Angeles County alone that are in the foster system, and 60,000 that are in California that are in the system as well. And now you have 30,000 children at the border, and they're going to add that to the number. So you have 30,000 in Los Angeles alone, and you're going to add an additional 30,000. It's shocking.
It is shocking. And many people have pointed out that these children are victims themselves. They're victims of human trafficking from cartels.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, and
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, and I understand that you have a human trafficking organization to try and prevent this from happening.
Yes, my wife and I, we have a small nonprofit organization called Goods for Hope, and we go to we have funds that go to fighting human trafficking and getting kids back that have been actually trafficked.
Well, thank you for everything that you do. I'm sure it was a very shocking request to see up to 26 kids. It really sort of underlines the need that's out there with all these kids coming over from other countries. Mm-hmm. Travis and Sharla Kall, thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for having us. Carly, may I add one thing that we just discovered this evening before jumping on?
Absolutely.
We went ahead and went on to the LA County DCFS website, which is the Department of Child and Family Services, and we came across this I assume it's a bill that was passed in 1990, actually, the Federal Immigration and Reform Act of 1986 and the Naturalization and Immigration Act of 1950. This bill actually allows the children in the foster system to gain citizenship immediately.
Okay, we're about to hit black. I'm so sorry, but we're going to get in that information at some point.